Mad Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil lay inside your box now while the angels fly over my headstone.
Yeah, we are back, bitches, with another episode of the God's Hour podcast, featuring, hosted, brought to you by, in part, in association with, sponsored, funded, and fucking critically acclaimed by your boy, Big Serbs, Big Serbies. And of course, my co-host, Presley, is always right next to me, sleeping, dozing off, thinking about the cows and the sheeps jumping over the fence, my nigga. Yes, jumping over the fence. Your boy is a federal executive now. I don't do the whole fucking product placement, pallets on the shit. What am I trying to say? Your boy ain't just a run-of-the-mill general warehouse laborer no more. No sir, Charles Holmes. We fucking over here federal executives of the Post Office Grant Laborers of America. I'm not with the union, because, you know, that's how Hoffa got his ass buried in a compactor or wherever the fuck he is. Rest in peace to the homie. But yeah, bro, I got a new holla over here. I'm securing greener pastures and bluer oceans and fucking brighter paintings and shit like that. I honestly didn't think that I was gonna be able to do this shit every week, because originally I'm like, man, I can do this every week, but then I'm like, you know, it'd be even better if I did this shit 2 times a week. And fuck, was that a bad idea that I'm glad I didn't go with, because this is kind of hard, guys. You know, there's some personal shit going on in my life with my grandmother. I think I briefly spoke about it. She fell and like she kind of scared us all, like my whole family, with just her comfortability and kind of just being alone and just not being kind of like in good spirits. And you know, I never really see my grandma like that. Like, I've always known my grandma to be very aggressively loud, and my grandma's a bull, yo. Like, no pun intended. She's a Taurus. She's a double Taurus. She's a Taurus sun and moon, bro. I read her chart, and she's just full of that stubborn ground earth energy. And so when these events transpired for us, it kind of scared the shit out of me, because my grandma kind of was like more of a mother than my own mom. Like, she cooked for me every day. She took me home from school. She did a lot of things that my own mom didn't do, bro. Like, for real. So to me, it kind of was only right that I helped her out. And like, you know, there's a bunch of shit we're doing now. We're converting her bathroom into like a walk-in shower and just things of that nature. But more importantly than that, my grandma has had like shit since 85, like jarred jalapenos and shit that been expired since the 70s and shit like that. So a lot of the work that we were doing first was kind of just throwing all her shit away. And I think that's just that fixed Taurus energy where it's just kind of like you hoard shit because you worked for it and you're not gonna let it go like if it's trash. But guys, just be honest. If you got expired canned goods, anything expired, like I understand you spent money on it, but this is why you're not supposed to live an excessive lifestyle at all. I think people should understand that this shit like you're not really supposed to be doing a few things that like hurt you, like fucking just keeping food and toys. And like my grandma had like cause my grandma had like a farm at one point in her house. She had like chickens and horses and goats. And well, not horses, but she had a horse, she had goats, she had chickens, especially when I was growing up over there. And like she got rid of the goat pen, so there's just a whole bunch of like metal frames from the pen on the side of the house. My uncle's old truck is still on the side of the house, is fucking growing weeds through that bitch, like through the engine and the tires and shit. The old chicken coop that we had, that was full of all the children's toys, like Jeeps, like little fucking mini Jeeps and battery operated whatever, little kids Barbies, ovens and shit like that. So I forgot kind of why I even brought up my grandma, but yeah, that's why you should just like cherish your loved ones, man. And really, like, this whole situation, it kind of brought me to the realization of like where my family is, bro. Like, my family really could give less of a fuck about each other. Like, it's only been like, my grandma has a huge family. My grandma probably has like 18 grandchildren, I think it was. And then I think she already has like 2 great grandchildren. Like, she's like, my grandma's already a great grandmother at this point. And I'm kind of surprised. Well, she might actually already have great grandchildren that I don't know about. But from like my immediate family, like the people like I know around me, she's already a great grandmother to them. But we have a huge family. And barely anybody is stepping up and taking care of my grandmother. We had like maybe a few of my uncles, like one of my tias I know like really tries to help out. And that's pretty much it. Like, well, and then me, and then like a couple of my cousins and like my tios are helping out with the house and stuff. But everyone else just kind of wants to come around and talk and just gossip, and they just want to make it like a gathering, which is lame to me, bro. Like, don't come to my grandma's house like if this is some sort of fucking fiesta, bro. This is not a fiesta right now. My grandma needs help in her old age, and you motherfuckers is over here like, oh, you hear about fucking Trixie, and then my fucking and it's not even about like you're coming to my grandma's house with your bullshit. I don't like that. I don't like people where it's like they don't know settings and they don't know the right place at the right time. They just kind of want to make it all about them. And this is why I stayed away from my family for a long time, because a lot of my family members hadn't seen me for like at least a good almost 2 years, bro. Like 2 years, I just said, fuck everybody. I don't care what's going on with everybody. I don't want to know what's going on with y'all. But when it came to my grandmother and my grandmother needing help, I really had to step up. It really clicked in my mind that, yo, I got to step up. Like, this is like more like my grandma was more of a mom to me than my own mom. Like, as I'm realizing, like, my grandma whipped my ass when I was acting up. She fed me when I was hungry. She gave me a place to stay when I couldn't really stay anywhere. When I couldn't stay anywhere for those 9 months, I was accused of doing some shit that I didn't do. And that's one of the things that also bothers me, where it's like people could live these fake fucking lives that other people feel sorry for them for. And it's all just make believe, bruh. You're make believing that fucking you're in pain because you've never really been through no shit. You've never had friends that killed themselves. You never fucking had to cook for yourself when you were hungry. You never had to do certain fucking things that I've went through. You never had to fucking get kicked out of school and make new friends and sit with yourself by your fucking self every day. Like no money. And these motherfuckers over here, the audacity, the fucking huevos on these cabrons to be just playing fantasy. Oh, woe is me. I'm such a hurt little cunt and all this shit. And I was literally like on the ass end of some bullshit that I hope certain motherfuckers die for. Honestly, because it's funny, but because I'm gonna tie this back to like my grandma and shit. But the whole reason why I got into like Ifa, Lukumi, and Las Reglas was because the people of my Catholic faith were just, to me, insubordinate. I have grandparents, but I don't really know them. They never really came to my birthday parties, gave me no presents on Christmas, checked up on me, came to me in my times of need. So when I was outcasted out of my own family, I really woke up and realized, you know what? I have to take my faith into my own hands. I'm not going to rely on people that gave me their word that they'd be in my life, and they're not in my life. So I feel like people take godparenting as joke. They just want the title. It's kind of like Versace and wearing Bape and shit like that. Like you're not getting into it because you out of the genuine kindness or the fabrics or like of really what it is. You're just in it because you want people to be like, oh well, that's my godson, or I'm so and so's godparent. Like you're not shit, bruh. Unless you was really out here, unless you was really a godparent like my sister or like me, like I've taken care of my niece and shit like that. I've always tried to be like a good role model for people that aren't even like my kids. Like I don't even have kids. I don't really want kids right now. Like I'm sort of like in this thing where if I can settle down with the right woman and it happens, it's gonna happen. But I don't want no kids, especially with fucking a broad that I could give less of a fuck about. Like that's the thing with you niggas out here. Y'all are just fuck these hoes, these women, these girls, these young girls that y'all manipulate, have their babies just so you could like pay child support or be like, yeah, that's my baby mama, nigga, like nah, or whatever. And it's like, that's corny. Suck a dick and like, take care of your kids, because your kid's gonna grow up and realize that you are just an asshole. You're not a parent. You're just a dick face, fucking selfish Levi. So going back to people, my family helping my grandma, it's like I really stepped up and I really commend my grandma for being a strong woman. She's always been a strong woman, but it takes even more strength to adjust your lifestyle when you've been living it for like decades. Like my grandma, she like from before I was born, from before like my father was born. Like she ran her house, her life, her way. She's got property, she's got feria, she's got money, she's got all this good shit, and she's run it her way pretty much like her whole life. My grandma used to be a migrant farmer, poor as fuck. I don't know what grade she dropped out in, but she didn't even make it to like high school, I think. Like I think she dropped out in middle school or maybe even elementary school, because during the early like 40s and 50s, it wasn't about education. Like this whole good shit where you need to go to college, get a degree, get a trade and all this shit. Bruh, ain't nobody was thinking about that in the Mexicano household during the 40s and 50s, especially if you were in families like my grandma, where she was born. Was it my grandma or my great? I think my grandma or my great grandma was born in a mining town in Arizona that don't even exist anymore, bro. Like if you go over to where my grandma or my great grandma was born, it's just all dirt. It's like a fucking desert over there, bro. Which it was then, but I'm saying it don't even exist no more. My grandma literally had to pick like whatever the fuck they had, cherries, bananas, and just shit like that, bro. Pennies on the dollar, whatever the fuck it, wherever you say it. And for my family, they don't understand that. They just want to take advantage of my grandma's house and her resources. And I don't fuck with that, bro. Like, it really pisses me. It really pisses me. It pisses me the fuck off, really. Like, it really just kind of puts a sour taste in my mouth. And I hope all you listeners out there, I know I kind of like been going on a rant and stuff, but really, man, take care of your family, bruh. Like, just, you don't got to take care of all the motherfuckers, but the people that been there for you and they took care of you and you love them and you got whatever, like, just take care of them, bruh, because it's just, like, I know what it feels like to take care of people that could give less of a fuck about you, that leave you, that as soon as they hear false accusations, they don't want nothing to do with you. I know what it's like to fucking just be outed by a bunch of people you thought you would be cool with and get money with and shit. But that's life, bruh. The fact that I had to go through some of this shit, it's just literally like, it's enlightening, my nigga. Like, it's really like open my fucking eyes to like the reality of not even the world and shit like that. It's just like my fucking family. And you can apply this to life too. Like, fuck everybody else, bro. You really gotta like this shit is really open my eyes to fucking like my own family. Like, I gotta stop saying like, bruh. And I've been on this for a minute, but yeah, man, just take care of your loved ones. And just more on like some positive shit. I commend like all of my other family members, like my cousin, a few of my cousins, my tios. You know, they're not perfect. They're not straight, you know, all fucking 5 stars across the board with like their shit. You know, I kind of really don't like some of the shit that whatever, right? But at least the fact that they're showing up and they're giving their time and their energy into making my grandma, especially my tío Miguel, who's like doing the whole like renovation in the bathroom. Like, he's really like, you know, he set up the iron bars and we my other tío, my tío Frankie, broke the cement and we were just like, you know, I was with it too, but really my tío Miguel, my tío Frankie were kind of like really giving like 110% to the whole tierra shit. But you know, I forever love my family for shit like that, bro, because in a family of like, when we talk about a family tree, I got like a fucking super family tree, bro. like neta, like I got like a family spider web, bro, like that just trickles down into like great grandchildren and I don't know about other like families and stuff like that, but you know, Beachy Mexicans, we don't have a long fucking life expectancy, bro. Like my like diabetes runs in my grandpa's blood. Like he gave that to like my other tios and stuff like that. He passed when he was like 64 or something like that. Like just young, bro. Like I see some people, they're like, my grandma's like 99 or whatever the fuck, or like rest in peace Betty White. She was almost 100. But it's just shit like that that's just kind of like, wow, bro. Like I've literally buried friends and family that were in their teenagers, bro, like teenage years. So I don't know. This shit just gets me like really emotional. It's kind of hard to talk about, but I'm glad I'm talking about it. But yeah, you know, like I got younger cousins. Like I got what's really weird is I got cousins that are like 10, 15, almost 20 years older than me. And I have cousins that I've seen in the hospital when I was like 10 years old. Like I got cousins that are like 10 years older than me, and I got cousins that are 10 years younger than me. So it literally puts me in like a crazy perspective. Like I've seen like the mistakes of my younger cousins. I've seen the positives of my older and my younger cousins. It's really once you get that kind of understanding, it kind of puts things in a bigger perspective, you see the bigger picture clearer is what the fuck I'm trying to say. You know, we could get so caught up in our own lives, bro. We could get so caught up in just bullshit, just selfish wants, selfish needs. Like I was watching Spider-Man because I just got Disney Plus, and that shit is dope. I was watching Spider-Man and I think he got like 2,000 for taking a picture of Spider-Man or something like that. Like something he took. Oh no, he took a picture of the lizard. So he took a picture of the lizard and he got 2,000, and he's over here like, "Oh, I want to buy a new bike, or I want to buy this or buy that." And he comes home and his Aunt May is like being kind of weird, like and you could see like she's behind on the rent. Like I think they're gonna be like evicted or something like that. And he picks up like the notice and he's like, "Man, I'm over here thinking about getting a fucking bike." And my aunt is over here struggling with the rent, and that shit kind of like, it's super weird when like fucking shows now are like about like fucking bullshit, or like they're just about like just silly cartoon shit. And I used to watch like Spider-Man the animated series like 1994 when it was on reruns, bro, when I was a kid. It's crazy that when you watch shows like that from the 90s and they got more weight in values and morals and the shit that they're fucking putting on now. So like I don't know what the fucking world is coming to. So Disney Plus, before, like when Disney Plus first came out, it was kind of like there was barely shit on it, or there was like shit, like there was movies, like there was a few, like The Mandalorian. When Disney Plus rolled out, like The Mandalorian, they launched that already. There was just like there just wasn't that much shit on it. And now I'm looking at the Disney Plus, and they've acquired Pixar and National Geographic, and they have like a bunch of stuff that they didn't have before. So it's kind of amazing to me that they could do shit like this, that they could like acquire so many fucking shows and stuff, good shows too, good. Like I was watching the Lost, like where they uncovered like King Tut in color. That was hard as fuck to me. I watched Loki, that was dope. Loki was actually a great, like I've always been into like alternate universes and realities, like scientific shit like that always picked my brain. I've always been into like weird Star Warsy type of shit. You know, Loki, it starts off at Avengers Endgame where he gets the Tesseract and he goes he like I think he like teleports to like Turkey, I think, or something like that. And these police officers just come out and they tell him like, yo, like you're under arrest for violating the timeline or some bullshit like that. So he literally ends up a prisoner, can't use any of his powers, and he's like stuck in this weird like kind of like jail where everything is like its own, like every like it's not like the regular world. Like there's like it's just a different reality for him. Like he can't use any of his powers, and this dude showed him like his life, like this is who you are, like you're fucking like you're just like an evil backstabbing prick, like. And I really liked it because you really see Loki go from, because Loki in the Avengers and like the movies and stuff, you think he's just like some fucking psycho fool that will just kill anybody and is just selfish, which he pretty much is. But the show Loki, it gives him a lot more character development. You know, he's crying, and he watches his mom die in the future. Like he was gonna go send some like fucking creatures or whatever to kill the Avengers, but they end up killing his mom or something like that, and he's crying watching his mom die. And it's just a great show. Like I didn't think I was gonna like it, but you know, it's just one of those things, bro, where you just gotta watch it and you just gotta, you know, fucking take it all in. Owen Wilson is in it. It's a great Owen Wilson, he kills that shit. But I don't know what the fuck happened to his nose, bro. Like I don't know if he sniffed enough coke to fuck his nose up and got surgery. But I mean, not that I was staring at his nose the whole time, but I'm just like, I don't know, bro. He got like a broken bell pepper ass nose and shit like that. And it's kind of funny to me, bro. Like I just couldn't stop staring. I'm like, is that a fake nose? Did they put a fake nose on him for the show? Or is just kind of like, what's up with Owen Wilson, bro? Like, what the fuck? I love Owen Wilson on Drill Bit Taylor. Owen Wilson's just a dope motherfucker, bro. And then we got the homie from The Harder They Fall, who is, spoiler alert, he's Kang. He pretty much rules like time itself. He's a time traveling motherfucker from the future. And just in the end, he predicted all of it. Like at some point he says, I don't know how this shit's gonna go down, but I don't know, bro. If you're a time traveler, that pretty much implies you know how everything is gonna go down, bro. Like it's not a fucking mystery. But I think it was a phenomenal show. Definitely, I would say Loki is kind of better than The Mandalorian. I watched the first season of The Mandalorian. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was great. But if you're not into Star Wars, or you're not into like kind of like George Lucas type of things like that, you're really not gonna like Mandalorian. Whereas Loki, it's kind of like there's themes and morals and stuff like that that'll actually be interesting if you watch it just like one episode each or something. It's only 6 episodes, so I don't know why it's so short. Like it's kind of, honestly, it's really like 2-3 hour movies. Like they really could have just broke it into movies, but I think just to really flesh it out, they just did 6 episodes. Like fuck it, let's just bring it all out, flesh it all out, and just do it that way. The Mandalorian, I like The Mandalorian. I've been watching the 2nd season. It's really interesting how he's like the Mandalorians. I don't know. I thought they came from the clones. That's the thing that's kind of confusing, but it seems as though as the clones were modeled from the Mandalorians, because that would make a lot more sense, because they said the Mandalorians have been there for eons. So in the show, like the main Mandalorian, his like the master forger girl or whatever, she makes all the armor and the weapons and stuff. So like I'm just kind of like really into Star Wars and shit like that. I would give Loki like a good like, cause I don't want to give him like easy. I know I give out like nines and stuff like that, but honestly, I'll give like Loki a good like 8.5, and I'll give Mando a good 8.1 or like a 8 or something. Like they're really close together. They're really good shows, but I just feel like Loki, for me at least, takes it to a different level, just like overall, and it's something that you can rewatch it and be like, oh shit, like you could pick up more stuff. Whereas Mandalorian, it's kind of just like a straight shot story. Like it's just there's no gimmicks, there's no smoke and mirrors, there's no like overarching themes really. It's just kind of like this dude, he's a bounty hunter, he has to protect this kid who's like a fucking descendant of Yoda, like Yoda's cousin or something like that. And that's pretty much it, man. Hopefully they uncover that it's actually Yoda's kid or something like that, because that'd be awesome as fuck. That'd be fucking amazing if it was Yoda's son or something like that. Which in my opinion, since they're going after this kid so hard, he has to be, bro. Like he has to be Yoda's son. Like there's no fucking doubt about it. The Mandalorian is 8.1. I'll say Loki's like an 8.5. I got this painting that I'm working on. I'm looking at it right now. It's awesome. I didn't think I'd be doing this right here with the painting and stuff like that. I think this is gonna be for Secret Wars. That's an album I'm gonna come out with very soon. Produced by one producer, and your boy will reveal that later. Let's get into some news, man. These rail thieves have been stealing containers and train track copper, bruh. It's the Wild West out here, bro. They literally got fools commissioning to get containers and loot from fucking trains and stuff, and it's crazy, bro. Like it's really some like thievery, like real A1 thievery. Motherfuckers is getting their laptops, all the shoes, they getting bananas and fruits and just everything. Like I feel like the some of the conductors, or not the conductors, but like the train people, they've got to be selling the information, because these can't be like random hits. Like you can open a container and find like a whole bunch of like pallets or something like that, bro. Like just because you break into containers don't mean you fucking are gonna get some valuable shit. Like there has to be tip-offs, inside people that know there's gonna be stealing like computer software, hard drives or shit like that. And I think it's crazy, bruh. Gotta protect the trains, bruh. People used to just spray paint the motherfuckers. Now they're breaking into them shits. People have like super balls now, bruh. It's super crazy. Vic Mensa is locked for mushrooms from Africa, bruh. And here we go with Vic Mensa and his shit. Like, how the fuck you gonna come from Africa with some mushrooms and not think you're gonna get arrested, bro? Like, how does that even happen, bro? So, I don't know. Shout out to Vic Mensa. I mean, Mensa, he's a for real Mensa over here. Mensana over here with getting caught with shrooms, bro. That's not how you do it, bro. That's just not. I just don't get what the fuck for, bro. Like, I get, as black people or whatever, that, we try to go back to Africa and bring back shit, but come on, bro. Like, what the fuck are you bringing mushrooms for, bro? You can order mushrooms, you can get them anywhere, bro. I don't know why I just don't get it. What the fuck is Vic Mensa need mushrooms from Africa for? I don't know. Maybe he's doing some super duper brujeria shit, bro. I don't know. That ain't my business. Mike Tyson isn't fighting Jake Paul. He says he don't want to do it. He don't want to fight for money. When he was fighting, it was all about the sport and the love. And it's just not that anymore, bro. And I totally agree with it because boxing now isn't about the sport or who's the greatest fighter, who's the best fighter, who got the craziest left jab or whatever. No, it's literally about money. It's literally about shit that's not even really important anymore, bruh. Like I don't really understand what the fuck is going on with boxing, bruh. It's really just kind of like some fucking bullshit now. Cardi B wants to pay funeral costs for the Bronx fire. I think that's dope, bruh. And just speaking on community service, uh, I had to do community service, not by my own free will. Or actually, I've actually done both. I've done, court commission community service, and I've also done community service through Boy Scouts. I've painted. I've helped out with the homeless. I've painted the churches. I painted what's them shits? Like animal shelters, things of that nature. Just helping out with the community out of not even really the kindness of my heart, but just kind of like for the Boy Scouts and stuff like that. But shouts out to Cardi B, man, for paying for the funeral costs if she does do it. That's dope. She doesn't need to, but like I could definitely see like if there was a crazy fire in Ontario and I was like a mega superstar like her, I definitely want to do something like that, bro. Like why not? Like, it's a good what is it, write off for the government, but like just besides that, it's just like dope, like humanely, like on some philanthropy, like real genuine philanthropy, like it's just dope. So shout out to Cardi B. She's always doing something sexy in my eyes. Pete Rock is suing Nas over Illmatic royalties that he claims hasn't been paid since 94, bruh. That's literally like a year or two after the album came out, bruh. And I think that's crazy, bruh. Pete Rock is like a big inspiration to me. His beats are fucking insane, bro. Like I don't know how you could produce just awesome stuff like him, bro. And I honestly don't know why he hasn't been paid, and that's not none of my business. And he's probably not gonna sue Nas himself, but he's definitely gonna go after like Columbia Records or wherever he was signed to when he made Illmatic. But shout out to Pete Rock, bro. Pete Rock is one of the greatest producers of all time. He should get his money. It has to be a significant amount of money if he's gonna sue for it. You get me? Like, obviously, he's probably been behind the scenes trying to fight for it, but now he's making it publicly known that, yo, you owe me money, dog, and I need it. So whatever it is since 94, I mean, 94 was already like 30 years ago. Right? Let's see, 2004, 2014. Yeah, it's gonna be it's already like 28 years of like royalties not paid allegedly. So Pete Rock, go get your paper, man, and holla at your boy Big Serbs. Let's do a Big Serbs, Pete Rock, Big Rock, Pete Serbs album, bro. I want to do an album with Pete Rock, Madlib, and Premier, bro, for sure. Like off the top, there's a lot of other producers I want to work with, like the Beat Miners. But off top, Pete Rock, I purchased some of your beats on iTunes, and it's crazy because some people, like I got this too, like I think some chick wanted to sing over one of my beats and was like, "Oh, I bought the track, so that means I could sing over it." I'm like, no, what the fuck? Just because you bought my song doesn't mean you could fucking sing over it. Like, what the fuck? Like, bitch, you got me fucked up. You better give Big Serbs a fucking check for that shit, nigga. Like, but yeah, Pete Rock, I'm definitely gonna fucking, I I got about 2 of your beats. I'm probably just gonna rhyme over them. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't like doing shit like that to where it's kind of like you're disrespectful in that way. Like, oh, I bought 2 of your beats. I rhymed over them and I put them out. Like, hey, fucking give me my respect. Like, no, like, fuck you and your respect. There's nothing to be respectful about. You over here trying to like do some like, find a loophole in the sistema shit. No. Producers, people need to get paid for their work, and I totally respect that, and I'm one of those people that uphold that. So don't worry, Pete Rock, I got you, bruh. Kanye West not being invited to his daughter's birthday party. I mean, yay. Bruh. What you think was gonna happen, bruh? You making a fucking spectacle of yourself with Yasmin Lopez, these other hoes, and models, and shit like that, and you think you're gonna be invited to your daughter's birthday party, especially if you don't have custody or current possession of your daughter. I don't know what that's about. I don't really give a fuck. I really don't like talking about Kanye and his bullshit because I feel like it's all publicity and it's just all shit that I don't give a fuck about. But morally, that's fucked up, bruh. He needs to see his daughter. I mean, maybe he did see her already or he is going to see her, but not at that birthday party. And the fact that he had to get the address from Travis Scott is pretty crazy. Kanye, man, I'm always praying for you, my Gemini brother. Hopefully we do some work in the future when you kind of get in the grips with reality and not fame. Because I really want to do a song with you without the bullshit, right? And Jim Jones talking about French kissing his mom was just the freakiest shit. Like, if I could award the Freaky Nigga of the Year award, it'd definitely be Jim Jones, bro. Like, I don't know what he's on. He was really on an incline with the whole Freddie Gibbs shit, the shit that he's doing, the NFTs. But that shit all took a nosedive with that French kissing his mama shit. I feel like clout chasing holds no boundary. Even when we're joking, like, it's all just clout chasing. Like, you're not joking anymore, you're clout chasing. Like, it's fucking weird. And I feel like the fact that people, like, kiss their moms on the mouth when they're kids or whatever, and their babies is weird, bro. Like, I never did that. I just find that fucking weird. And as a joke, it's just tasteless, bro. It's just fucking weird. And it kind of creeps me out, bro. Like, it really puts Jim Jones in a different perspective from me. Like now, it's just kind of like, I don't know. But still, like, dipshit. Shout out to Cameron. Fucking... I'm thinking about doing things, man, because this whole, like, I got the part-time holla. I'm a federal exec now. But shit, it's cool. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. I thank God for all my blessings. But I'm going to ask God right here live on the podcast, please send me some feria. Whatever we doing, I'll do whatever, man. Paintings, shirts, and all this stuff that I'm speaking into existence right now. I'm thinking into existence every day. And with that, man, I just wanted to keep it a real short podcast this time, episode for y'all, because I just got so much shit I got to do, so much shit I'm taking care of. But I want to thank y'all. Like, share, subscribe, comment, tell a friend, tell your girlfriend for me. This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.